So I discover that there is actual, essentially, what the right phrase is exile. People here in San Antonio, Texas, feel like they have, no, not just people, hateful, malicious people employed in certain types of politics, in police, using computer skill sets to hack and harm other people and abuse them daily. That is the type of population I'm talking about. And perhaps other people that would cover up for them. But not everyone is like that because most people are not probably thinking about harming, abusing other people in a way to exile them out of a location. What they are doing is essentially hate crime, bias, a conspiracy to harm other people against their rights. People have a right to live wherever they settle, in wherever they are, being free from harm. Yet here in this city, they are acting like the KKK. That is literally at the core of it, because only the KKK historically would do something like this. They want to harass people. They're now using remote hacking abilities where they can view your phone screen. And by doing that, they alter and disable features of your phone device, as I've already said before. Today, I wake up, I do my things, I have to pay for a car insurance because every fucking person ends up having to pay for car insurance if you have a car then. And it's fucking annoying. So I go to pay for the car insurance and the location area now changes because they were saying, well, you have to be in Travis County because we are a right-wing MAGA people. And now it's saying went from Travis County to Laredo, Texas. As if I am controlling the location of my phone device when it should just be saying that I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Because that, like, I'm sure any person's phone that's not being hacked will just say, well, you are where you are. You're in San Antonio, Texas. But no, apparently I am in Laredo, Texas, which is a hate crime because the people who have access to my phone they are essentially altering the location of my device. Only people with low moral character, immoral, unethical, malicious, harmful people would spend their time thinking about this instead of living their lives. Only people of that character, of that caliber, would do something like this. People who are focusing on their lives and they are being well, they are not doing this to other people. Abusers are the only people that would go out of the way to abuse other people for some form of financial incentive or some form of social harm. So why are they essentially trying to conspire against people living where they are? Because they are cowards about the truth. They do commit harms against others, and those things do matter. They don't want those things to matter because they want to be perceived as perfectly flawless, lack of sin people, because some of them are probably fundamentalists as well. But that's the thing. It's ironic that in a supposedly democratic city as San Antonio, supposedly, I don't know how true that is, but supposedly in a democratic city, because apparently the party of hate crimes are the right wing, not center people, not center right, but like far right wing people who really believe that they are like somehow morally exceptional because they're rich assholes. I guess you can have endless cash flow if you like. I guess you can have like endless cash flow if you like claim things about others. The thing is, it's one thing to claim if it's true, but a lot of the claims are not true. So and that's actually even irrelevant because the point is now the new conservatism is the tech space. Why are people being abused in their own living spaces? That's a lot of liberal power. That's not a conservative value. That's a liberal power to essentially be like, we are going to harass people to say that they don't have a right to live wherever they do. That is KKK behavior, and it's absolutely, and it's not just white people. It is the fucking black people who lick their boots. It's the Asian people that lick their boots. It's the Latino people that lick these people's boots. At the core of it, this is extremely KKK behavior. Abusive behavior, narcissistic abuse behavior, and it's not even necessary. This is stupid. They lower the quality of life. They lower intelligence. They dumb things down. They are a reflection of who they really are. So why the fuck are people changing locations? It's not your business to harass people out of where they are living. That's the only reason it says Laredo, Texas when I go to pay for a car insurance, because I have paid Progressive a lot of money over the past 7 years or so to have car insurance. What is occurring is that people don't want other people to know the truth. They want people to essentially leave it up. We don't know. It's unknown. We just don't know. We don't know if they have illegal monies. We never found out. That way they can keep exploiting, getting endless cash flow. That is what I am talking about. These people are the epitome of evil. They will claim something that they know is false. People don't know that it's false, because they would think, well, how would they know if they don't know? But the thing is, they do know, but they don't want you to know that they know, because then they can get endless cash flow. And then they can cover up the fact that they're actually victimizing people and that they're abusers, and then they're covering up for them being fired. This is a cascade of immoral, malicious actions, events, way before people even find out the truth. That is wrong. And now the invention of technology, remotely accessing people's devices, is also being used to expand on abusive exploitation, abusive corruption. Because if we were not to be saying the truth, if we were not to be telling people how we're being victimized, then they essentially would have people thinking, oh, well, people employed in police, they say that these parents have illegal monies, and then this guy, their adult son has illegal monies as well because of them. It is exactly the narrative of ICE claiming that all people who are supposedly illegal aliens are just like criminals and violent people, and which is not true. But they say these things, and they're saying it to people who are legal citizens. So what can you expect about people who are not? These people are people who claim to be Christians or fundamentalists. They're so superior and uppity, but they're not. At their core, these people are not good people. They are flawed. They don't treat others how they want to be treated. And essentially, by forcing people to not live where they are, they want to cover up the truth. That way people never know. But that's the thing. People in San Antonio, Texas have to know that everything that these people have said has a financial incentive to lie, to cover up the fact that they are abusing, that they are organizing burglaries, and this is corruption. So by moving somewhere else, then people will just continue lying about you, because it's like, oh, they moved over here and they were saying that over there that they had illegal monies. It's like, no, you don't expect immoral people to ever say that, no, we were just lying for money. We use the claim safety, but it's not safety for us. It's not safety for them, it's safety for us, because we're actually abusers. We're actually criminals. You hire criminals to do policing. This is a fact. There are criminals hired into policing. That's immoral. That's unethical. Why are criminals being hired into policing when you have a higher set of standards? Police people absolutely have a higher set of standards morally and ethically, and yet they don't place that on themselves. Because if any person is supposedly providing wellness to people, like the example healthcare workers who would, realistically speaking, if you intentionally abuse somebody else, you might get fired, you might get a lawsuit, depending on this context. There should be no difference with police employees. If you intentionally abuse somebody else, why are these people being the ones that are being covered up for? You are intentionally abusing somebody else. People have a right to know that. They don't want you to. They don't want people to know that. But they should be held to the standard that if they are abusing, they do deserve to get a lawsuit. They do deserve to get or deserve to get fired. Because the type of abuse that is occurring, it is the cruelest form of thing that imaginable. People are not expecting or understanding that, oh, now they want to have essentially promote narcissistic abuse. They want to promote violence. They want to promote inciting harm and hate crimes. That is KKK behavior. And it's people of any race that are exploiting the financial cash flow. Because when they claim, oh, we're just doing things for safety, then it's like a way to market yourself of having easy money. But it's not about what you say. What impact are you having on other people? At the end of the day, that is what I care about and what people should be caring about. What impact are you having on other people? Are you really providing wellness, or is it a facade?